Wow. She was the first woman to appear pregnant on one of 3 major TV networks.
Oh, she was a beast.
Was she like, in real life she was pregnant?
Yeah. Further now, yeah. But she was a trendsetter. I mean, she was the lady.
I Love Lucy was the first Christmas episode, was the first holiday special on television ever.
There you go.
What?
Look at you.
They were also their first millionaire. Gotta put on this TV too.
No, I can't keep going on there.
In the abyss.
Hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here, along with the one and only Addison Albert. You can't see her; you'll just hear her voice today.
I'm a ghost.
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
What?
But pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. Today, the man behind the curtain is Addison Albert.
I am the wizard.
You are the wizard indeed. You are the wizard indeed. And we've got a big day. We've got the only thing you need to put on the description of what's going on in the 9-minute Phill-Up today. I love Lucy. We're going to talk about Lucille Ball. We're going to talk about the historic nature of her show, of what she did. And Addison's coming over here. There's a camera. She's got the camera going. I don't know what she. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There you go. Well, are you going to get in the shot? Your knuckle is just in the shot. You should just come on in and get in the shot. There she is. And isn't that appropriate? The redhead. I'm talking about the redhead.
Oh, yes.
Lucille
Everyone
Ball.
always mentions the redhead. You know the thing about redheads is?
What's that?
Everyone always just mentions the most famous redhead or the first redhead they think of when they see you. They say, oh, you look like.
I never said you look like a Lucille Ball.
Okay, well, I'm just saying this is what most people in their lives do.
No. I mean,
Well, it would be a compliment. You don't think I look like Lucille Ball?
I'd have to look again. I'm not sure. It's been a while. All right. Well, before we get started, we have to thank Valley Converting. We want to thank them for all of their help with the 9-minute Phill-Up. If you need anything recycling, paper products, you want to give a book a new life, you want to get rid of some tax records, some medical documents, some bills that have come in, you can just get rid of. Probably have to pay them before you get rid of them, but if you brought the bills up, they'd they'd send them into the beater.
Valley Converting is not in charge of you getting rid of your duties.
You have to pay your bills, but they will shred everything else and recycle it and give it a new life. Let's hear from Valley Converting now.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
All right, so we are into the 9-minute Phill-Up. Of course, the 9-minute Phill-Up usually goes overtime. Looking for some comments today. If you have anything you want to talk about, doesn't have to be about I Love Lucy. Maybe it's about the Cleveland Indians taking on the New York Yankees in the American League Championship Series. Did not go well. Game 1 for the Cleveland Indians. They lose to the Yankees. They will play game number 2 in New York today. The Dodgers and Mets, they've evened their series up at 1 game apiece. So a lot going on in the world of professional
You see
sports.
who was there.
Oh, yeah.
You see who was at that Yankees game.
Yeah.
Your favorite girl.
Yeah.
You know, she has a song called Welcome to New York. I could sing it for you, but it's early.
We'd probably get in trouble if you did.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Copyrights. But yeah, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce at the game. Now, the interesting thing was when I turned the game on, I was looking around, and Juan Soto hit a home run for the New York Yankees.
So good.
So he hits this monster fly ball, goes over the wall for the home run, and they cut away to Kelce and Swift after on the replay showing their reaction to it.
She was cheering.
She was definitely cheering for the Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
And Kelce was kind of like, I'm going to have my beer. The Cleveland Indians are getting beat, but, because he's from
Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah. The Guardians.
You did it. It's okay. You got it. You got it.
Do that.
That's why I'm here.
That's it. So, but yeah, they were there. And And I did think to myself, I thought back to when this whole thing started with
Did you?
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, because I didn't really care about it too much.
Yeah.
But I recall the Swifties that work here at the station,
Mhm.
where people that had a general knowledge of Taylor Swift, they were like, this can't be real. This isn't real. This can't be real. This isn't a real relationship. This is publicity stuff. This is going to last a week.
Does
There's no way.
this tie back into the Yankees game?
Yeah, because then they were there together. The
Oh.
Yankees, this is now we've gone from however long ago. What was it? A couple years ago?
It was
I mean, she's been
last year too.
No, it was before that, wasn't it?
Wasn't it last football season?
No, they went to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. I think before that, it started before that. I don't know. We don't really know when. It
was. I think now they've been dating for about a year, but I think it was last year, because that last year was the Eras tour when he went, and
The Eras tour will never end.
Yeah, she already created a stop date. She said the new year, goodbye 2025.
Well, I mean,
Come on, Bill, keep up.
If she hadn't made enough money from it yet, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Did you hear she donated? Sorry to take away your
No,
topic
go
of
ahead.
I Love Lucy.
Go ahead.
She donated $5 million to hurricane relief,
That's awesome.
which,
That's
right?
awesome.
It's awesome. $5 million. People are coming out and
They
saying
need more.
it's not enough. And I'm thinking, okay,
All right.
people. Okay.
And all those people came. Did you throw in $10 into the
Yeah.
Red
Did
Cross?
you donate? Yeah.
Yeah. No, $5 million. That's $5 million. That's $5 million I didn't have before.
It's helping a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, how about this? How about if the other celebrities that have the means to do something like that
For sure.
do that?
Yeah.
So,
maybe
and
she
I'm
was
not-
just
I'm
an
not
example.
telling anybody to do anything, but I'm just saying, if you are making comments on social media and you're giving Taylor Swift or whoever grief that they're not doing enough,
Mm-hmm.
what did you do? Did you kick in any money? Did you kick in? I mean, they just asked for $5. Like Red Cross, like, can you send $10? And here's the deal. I will say this about if the Red Cross is asking one person for $10,
Yep.
and they get that $10, and 1 million people give $10. Now you've got some.
Now we're making a difference.
I maybe someone knows this question. Ron probably knows this question, as Ron checks in with a comment. I said Pittsburgh versus Ohio State for the national championship, but Buckeyes lose, so Pitt versus Texas. Ron. Could be happening. But how about this, Ron? What if
Ron, remember when I picked
Ohio
the
State still gets into the playoffs? There's
Oh,
12
that's
teams
true.
now. They can still get in with one loss.
He told me to pick the Buckeyes last week, but I went with the Ducks.
You did go with the Ducks. So anyways, back to this thing. Maybe Ron knows this. Maybe Addison knows this. You give a donation. You get something in the mail, like let's just use Red Cross. Your Red Cross, hey,
Yeah.
or St. Jude's one that
Mhm.
I get a bunch of them. I get,
Yeah, March of
Wounded
Dimes,
Warriors. I get all kinds of stuff. And I sit there and I'm like, how do I stop this stuff from coming? Because a lot of the stuff, I'm like, I have never even heard of these things. And I'm like, what list did I get on to? Because I made a donation. So what I try to do is take, I don't know, 5, 10 of them, whatever it is, and make a donation to each of them.
Mhm.
And it might only be $10. It might be $20, whatever the case may be, depending on what it is. But it's usually at the end of the year, because but I get them all the time. It's like, get at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
You get 3 months in, and I'm not complaining. They're trying to do some business. They're trying to help people, and I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, okay, I've never heard of your organization. How do
you have
deal
yeah.
with this?
Yeah, my mom does the same thing, Bill. She picks 5
Mhm.
and she makes 3 donations throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
And she knows what she makes.
Mhm.
And it's a significant donation, and she makes
Mhm.
it 3 times a year. And so that way, whenever she gets those in the mail,
Yep.
she has a clear conscience in saying, you know what, I know who I can help.
Yep.
And she picks them.
That's
So
a great idea.
similar.
Yeah. So,
But I don't know how they have your number. Probably voter registration.
It's not, I guess. I mean, it's
Not to steer people away, but
Yeah, no. And I always think I'm going to just put return to sender on it. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I should just pitch them. I don't know. There's so many of them.
yeah.
And a lot of them are really good, and a lot of them I just don't know. I've never heard of them. It's like, well,
Got to be careful too.
Oh yeah, you have to be. There's lots of scams out there. Ron, while you're here, if you're still making comments as we close in on 9 minutes already, it's just time flies. It's just
Already?
It already 9 minutes. See,
Huh.
that's the thing about the 9-minute Phill-Up. It cooks.
Oh my
It
goodness.
cooks. So all right, so we're done with Taylor Swift for now. For some birth dates to talk about. John L. Sullivan, 1858 to 1918. Why is that a big deal? He was the first gloved heavyweight champion in the world in boxing. He was the last bare-knuckled heavyweight champion in boxing. So I'm just going to say this, probably a pretty tough guy, I would think.
Just a little bit.
Oof. And then Lee Iacocca. Ron, did you have a Chrysler back in the day? Lee Iacocca, CEO of Chrysler, helped develop the Mustang, and he was big deal. He saved Chrysler. I mean, you'd see him. Lee Iacocca was everywhere back in the day.
That's a name.
I mean, he was a big deal, and he was born on this day. Penny Marshall, how big a deal was she? Laverne from Laverne and Shirley sitcom.
That's what my brother calls me.
Laverne?
Yeah, he calls me and my best friend and I, Laverne and Shirley.
Wait a minute. You're Laverne.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one I am, but every time we're together, he goes, "Hey, Laverne and Shirley, get in the car."
Okay, well, that's a compliment. Laverne and Shirley, funny sitcom. They were great together. Laverne and Shirley and Penny Marshall, a fantastic director. And she did what was it? League of Their Own. League of Their Own, back with Tom Hanks.
I watched that one.
Madonna. Who else was in there? Gina. What's her name? The main character. Oh, I can't think of her name.
Looking at the wrong girl. I don't know names. You know me.
Yeah. Well, it was a great movie.
I can name 3 other things they're in, but I can't name their names.
Absolutely fantastic. Right? What a talented lady. Volkswagen Bug was my car. Ron, me and you are soulmates. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The VW Bug ruled the Phillips house in the 70s and early 80s. Well, actually, it went from the VW Bug to the Rabbit.
Oh.
In the early 80s. But my mom and dad, my mom had a yellow Bug, had a little sunroof, and it was, so you had to crank down the windows. And there was nothing automatic about it. Nothing electric, nothing automatic. It was like, if you wanted the windows down, you put the windows down. If you wanted the air condition, you put the windows down.
I had a friend in high school who got one of those cars just because she thought it was cool, and then it was such a hassle, and we all had
one of the new ones. Or
no, one of the old ones, and it was all, everyone else had, the newer cars, automatic, and I think it only lasted her maybe 3 months. She'd had enough.
Yeah,
she was over it.
So my mom had a yellow one. My dad had a blue one, but it was a blue one with with gray primer on it. Like it was starting to rust. So it was like you put the primer on, and then he didn't paint it. So it was like this blue with like different spots on it that were gray. But then I remember we had 2 bumper stickers on it. Now we had a Yankees bumper sticker because my brother and I, David, we both liked the Yankees.
Oh.
And my dad had the Dodgers. So somehow we got a Dodgers bumper sticker in Connecticut. I don't know where. And we had it on both sides of the back of the,
I have a question.
Sure.
Because this is the Bill's 9-Minute Phill-Ups. This is the place to come curious, right?
If you have questions, ask.
What, and you are the perfect person to ask, what is the debate Yankees-Mets? Who's on what side? How do you choose as a kid if you're from that area, whether you like the Yankees or the Mets? Mm-hmm. I don't understand it. New York has too many teams, period. Like, how do you choose Jets, Giants?
It usually comes down to your family.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, because let's put it this way. Now, I grew up in Connecticut, so the debate wasn't Yankees Mets. It was Yankees Red Sox because it was split. The state's basically split. There's a little smidgen of Mets in Connecticut, but not much.
Seems like a little bit of Mets.
Basically Yankees Red Sox because of the whole Babe Ruth thing getting traded to the Yankees. The Red Sox had played a lot of games, all that stuff. So basically, I was just kind of. I've told this story before. My first game I ever went to was the Yankees Red Sox game in Yankee Stadium. I didn't know who to root for. I kept asking my dad, Dad, who do I root for? And the whole, he's like, I like the Dodgers. I don't care who you root for, Billy. So we're in Yankee Stadium and we're sitting in the upper deck. And it's the old Yankee Stadium before they redid it back in the 70s. They had the monuments out in the playing field.
Oh, wow.
And I remember sitting there and I was like, Dad, come on, who do I root for? And I mean, they're taking the field to get ready to do the anthem. And I remember hearing this voice, and the guy behind me just goes, Kid, you're in Yankee Stadium. You root for the Yankees. And I went, okay, want a piece of gum? I was like, all right. And I just turned around, took the gum, and I rooted for the Yankees. And then after that, I was a Yankees fan.
So that's how most people decide?
Well, I don't know if most people have a big voice behind them at Yankee Stadium, but
you never know. Maybe
it's
an
kind of
uncle.
a family thing. Is it, if your parents are a Red Sox family growing up, you kind of get just. It's kind of like Steelers fans. There's Steelers fans all over the country.
Steeler Nation,
So now I live in St. Louis. I moved there because the steel mill shut down back in the 70s and I needed work. So I moved out there. Now my son or daughter is watching games with me. Well, who are you watching, Dad? And you're 5 years old. I'm watching the Steelers.
Yeah.
Why do you watch the Steelers, Dad? Why not the losing? You know what I mean?
Are the Yankees, they are, I mean, you know how the Cowboys, America's team.
Yankees are the most successful baseball franchise in the history of the world.
What's the most successful football franchise?
It'd be the Steelers, I think.
Would it be?
No, Steelers. Well, we got to get to 7. Somebody's got to get to 7 Super Bowls. So,
but the Dallas,
Green Bay Packers,
yeah.
Dallas was America's team.
And everybody that I know hates the Cowboys. Everybody hates the Cowboys.
If you're any part of Steelers Nation, you hate the Cowboys. Most people,
but most people hate the Cowboys.
It's a love-hate thing. It's
okay.
And it's kind of the same thing with the Yankees.
Is it? That's what my question was.
If you don't like the Yankees, you don't like the Yankees.
Okay,
if you like the Yankees, you're all in.
The entire country is the
much,
Yankees.
Pretty much, yeah.
The way that people look at the Cowboys.
But when you're a 5-year-old kid and you're at Yankee State, you have no idea.
No.
And the teams that I started rooting for when I was a kid, they were terrible. Terrible.
Well, the teams you're rooting for now, Washington Commanders, not really sure they're as good.
They're 4-2 right now. They got Jane Daniels last year's Heisman Trophy winner.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Hey, when I was a teenager, 3 Super Bowl championships under Joe Gibbs. Well, one of them was when I was in college, but man, it was high living in the National Football League for Washington fans. But if you're a Cowboys fan, you're all in. If you're not, you usually hate them. And I've told this story before. Oh, I get some more comments. I've got this one too, where my brother and my dad gave us a New York Jets helmet for nothing about Lucy yet. We're getting to Lucy. We're getting to Lucy. Sorry, Karen. And I had a Yugo. If a truck passed, the Yugo off the well, all right. Yeah. All right. Yugos. I remember Yugos. Didn't do much. Hopefully the Guardians can even the series with a win. Absolutely. The Guardians, it's a tough one last night. Got behind, got in a hole. And we're going to talk about Lucy in just a second. But my dad gave me a New York Jets helmet for Christmas. I had some paints and stuff, and I saw the Washington Redskins in the Super Bowl against the Miami Dolphins. It was black and white TV. I didn't know what colors the uniforms even were. But I thought the helmet looked really, really cool. I was like, that is cool. I was 7. I thought. So I tried to paint the helmet I was seeing on TV on the Jets helmet, and my dad was like, what are you doing? Paint all over it, the whole thing. So my dad's a graphic designer, so he took it to work. They sprayed it silver, put a cowboy star on each side. I mean, it looked perfect. I mean, it was perfect. I mean, he had it, So then my brother and I, because we had started to like Washington, we went, okay, whoever loses the toss when we played one-on-one football had to wear the Cowboys helmet. So you didn't want to you didn't want to lose the coin toss because you didn't want to wear the helmet.
I like it.
So that was our thing. And then my dad actually liked the Cowboys a little bit. That's why I made the Cowboys helmet. And then we converted him over. So not a problem. All right. I love Lucy. Let's go. Okay. What I haven't. Oh, speaking of the Jets, Joe Klecko. Some people remember him. Remember the Sack Exchange, Hall of Famer, defensive lineman in New York Jets. Okay, we need comments. So, Karen, hopefully you have some comments about I Love Lucy. Now, when I was a kid, I saw a lot of – I don't remember if I saw any actual prime time shows, but I remember as a kid, I Love Lucy reruns were on during the day all the time. So you could catch I Love Lucy. And I remember it's just a funny show. She was a funny lady. It seemed like everything she did was funny. I mean, you can think about the classic bits in the show where her and Ethel are doing the candy factory, and they have the conveyor belt going by, and if they make a mistake, they have to pull the chocolates off. Then they start eating the chocolates because they're starting to run out of time, and it's going faster and faster, and it speeds up. But every show, she was so funny, and she was a groundbreaker. She did stuff that people hadn't done before, and then Carol Burnett, who had her shows on Saturday night, or it might have been Sunday. I think it was Saturday night. Could have been Sundays. But I always remember being Saturday nights. But Carol Burnett kind of fell into, kind of followed in her footsteps. And Carol Burnett was, just tremendous show. Same same type of show, but it wasn't a half hour sitcom, so to speak. It was more of, sketch stuff where over an hour you would get 4 or 5 of those and some songs and all the stuff. But I Love Lucy, Lucille Ball, tremendous. Just
I have some
tremendous.
fun facts.
All right, Addison, what do you got for me?
So Lucy goes to the hospital where the birth of little Ricky, it was viewed
Little Ricky.
by 44 million people, which is 15.
Wait, what?
44 million people.
Well, that was the thing too.
Which
you
is,
only had 3 networks.
Yeah.
So if you were a hit show,
you
had everybody watching.
It was 15 million more viewers than the president's inauguration.
Wow.
And it was 71.7% of American households all tuned in for that episode.
That's amazing. All right, here Ron's checking in on I Love Lucy. Ron would come home and yell to his mom, "Lucy, I'm home," because that was one of the lines in the show. Yeah, that was one of the lines. Karen says, "Best entertainment." Absolutely. All right, I know you have some more stats for us. So, what was she was
the first woman to ever appear on a television network pregnant. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you keep pointing at me to give you more.
Are you over there with? I figure you got to Google it up.
I do. I have them. I have most of them pulled up. But that was a big stepping stone.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
some of these are just
you're reading something where you're making a face like,
okay. Some of these are fun facts, but others I can't. I don't know if they're real.
Okay.
Most television shows in the early 1950s were shot live in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
I Love Lucy was among the first shows to be filmed in Los Angeles. Interesting. In Hollywood. Yeah. She was the start.
Well, you had shows in the 50s like the Jackie Gleason show, The Honeymooners, which was another tremendous. I have Honeymooner shows on disc and everything, so it's awesome.
It was also the very first holiday special ever filmed in history.
I did not know that.
I Love Lucy Christmas episode.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Ron's checking back in. Let's see, Ron, what we have. Oh, yeah. He's talking about Carol Burnett now. Harvey and Tim doing the dentist skit. Look it up. I cry laughing every time. It is one of the funniest bits ever done on television. If you haven't seen it, I'll put it up again. If you haven't seen it, Harvey Korman and Tim Conway doing the dentist skit. It is phenomenal. Ron is on the money in that. Harvey Korman, he can't keep it together. And Tim Conway is just unbelievably funny.
So Fred, who played Fred, right? He was such a Yankees fan that, did you know this? That he had it written into his contract that when the Yankees were in the World Series, which they were in 1951, 52, 53, 56, and 58, that he did not have to work, which is why he didn't appear in some of the episodes, because contractually he didn't have to, because he was a Yankees fan.
Fred and Ethel Mertz, they were the neighbors. Fred and Ethel Mertz. Yeah, Ricky and Lucy and Fred and Ethel. And that's how big the Yankees were. I mean, people back in the day, people would say rooting for the Yankees is like rooting for U.S. Steel when U.S. Steel was just cranking everything out. So and that's the thing. I mean, if you, like you said, the Yankees, you either love them or hate them. And that's why a lot of people hated them, because they won so much. It's ridiculous how much they won back in the day. But right now, the Cleveland Guardians, trying to keep the Yankees from another World Series run. Yankees haven't been to the World Series in about 15 years, which a lot of people find amazing. The Guardians are just trying to get there, and they haven't had a World Series title in a long, long time. And it'll be interesting to see how this series plays out. Anything else on Lucy?
Every episode of I Love Lucy was shot in front of a live audience of 300 ticketed viewers.
Yeah, I believe it.
That's pressure.
Yeah. And that was the thing. There was no canned laughs. So it was one of those deals where it better be funny, or
better be funny.
One of the other ones, when she makes wine, and they're like, I have to get in this barrel with my bare feet, and she gets in with all the grapes and everything, and she's just like, she's making all these faces and everything, and she's just squishing the grapes and the whole thing, and she's like, it's cold, But I Love Lucy. I remember watching those reruns, and they were really good shows. And I'm sure at the time some of the humor went over my head because I was just a kid. But some of the physical bit humor that they did, she was so good at it, and she was amazing. So I Love Lucy, National I Love Lucy Day today. And just as we get ready to the chocolates on the conveyor belt, mention those absolutely. Ron is on his game today. And today is also National Day is cheesy as it gets because it's National Cheese Curd Day.
Wisconsin.
Let's go. A salty deep fried snack started, of course, in Wisconsin, the dairy state. The nuggets of white or yellow cheddar cheese are battered and deep fried. They are popular fare food, but are making their way into some restaurants as a French fry alternative.
Yeah, the DQ Dairy Queen Grill and Chill. You can get some Wisconsin cheese curds there.
I didn't know that.
You didn't? Oh,
no, I did not. I did not. I always forget you can get burgers and fries and all that stuff and at Dairy Queen because I'm just
Dairy Queen. They have it all.
Where's the Blizzard? Let's go. They're also a big part of poutine, which also includes French fries and brown gravy. However, they embrace salty, chewy snack. Thursday curd is the word. So there you go. And it's like a national food in Canada. They have that all the time in Canada. It's big Canadian
national
thing.
food.
Yeah, well, it's like a national treasure, I guess is what I wanted to say. But Canada, they eat a lot of poutine. Yes, they do.
Thank you for that.
Well, I'm just trying to educate the people.
Educate the people.
I don't know if I'm making stuff up or not, but Karen, how about when Lucy brought the cheese dog on the plane when it covered like a baby? Yep. She was always working with the babies, whether she had her own baby or she was just covering one up. It's just funny stuff. Lucy and Ethel together. And you would get some of the scenes too where they would have trouble keeping it together, and it was funny stuff. It was really, really good. So I Love Lucy Day. Well, I would say this: a maverick, a trendsetter, someone that was out in front of everybody and got it done. And I would imagine opened some doors. Some doors are still shut because I don't know why. But I Love Lucy and Carol Burnett, and it just all of a sudden. Some national shows were going on because of I Love Lucy and what she was able to do. All right, Addison, we are 28 minutes into the 9-minute Phill-Up.
Woo!
So we have let's say we have a minute and 45 seconds left. We're going to end it at 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Any final thoughts?
Carol Burnett, who was her famous daughter? Who's her daughter?
Who's her famous daughter?
Yeah, I'm blanking.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Let's see if the Google knows.
Let's see if the Google. She had Desi, that was her son, I believe.
Maybe
they had the bloopers from their filming this. Oh, I bet those would be hysterical. Brian,
oh, she had three daughters.
Brian, have a great day. Absolutely. I know Brian's getting ready for high school football Friday. It's all right. He's like me. The weekend's
Oh,
right
Brian.
Yeah. He's like me. The weekend's right here. It's right here. Okay, we have a minute left.
You ask for the weekend forecast on Mondays, though.
Well, I got to be ready.
I can't.
I've got to be ready.
Okay.
Got to be ready. Karen would ask for him. Absolutely. Ron would ask for him. They know. We're always ready for the weekend. And you actually secretly want to know what the forecast
I did want to know what the forecast was for this weekend because my cousin's getting married. Yeah. Except for she's getting married indoors. So
it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, except for the trip from the church to the car and from the car to the
Yeah. And the photos. Got to go outside for the photos.
But you're big time. They'll have someone with an umbrella just covering up whether it's
me.
Sun or rain. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Forget the bride. Addison's here. We're just gonna.
That's what the three brothers are for.
That's right. Make them work.
Make them work. I think they're ushers.
Make 'em work.
Yeah.
All right, Ron. We're gonna end it with Ron on this comment. Ron says, "I'm addicted to Sports Friday now." Well, I appreciate that.
Let's go, Ron.
Let's go, Ron. That is strong. That's a strong move.
Strong.
That is strong. All right. Well, we're gonna end it there, everybody. What is my hair doing here? I don't know what's going on with this stuff.
Tight like a tiger.
I might need a haircut. It's getting a little woofy.
Mm-hmm.
A little woofy. All right. Wait a minute. Invite Jeff for cooking up a storm. All right.
Wait, Jeff might be inviting us.
Yeah, we might be joining Jeff for a cooking up a storm. You never know.
We might be joining Jeff in the kitchen.
We've gone over 30 minutes.
Okay.
That's all right. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you to Valley Converting. I gotta go get my glasses tightened up. They just keep sliding down on me. It's like supposed to be.
Now you're just looking at yourself in the mirror.
Well, every once in a while, it's just like, what is going on? All right. So Valley Converting, thank you very much. Remember, Valley Converting in T-Town, Toronto, Ohio, the Gem City. Give them a call. Talk to them about what they can do to help you with your recycling products. Right now, we need to go. Addison, always remember 2 rules. Addison, thanks for being here. 2 rules, everybody. Have fun and always try your best. Have a great day.